Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out, Black and Yellow Dog app, platform of the people, Underdog Fantasy. And man, I'm getting excited. The juices are starting to flow here, realizing it's our last live show before we'll be filming together in Kansas City, man. Getting excited for Dog Bowl week here.
Yeah, I say it every show, but it's very exciting. Going to my my old time barber when I get there on Friday, so that should be fun. Yeah, get me looking right for the big show, for the big event. Got to see some big time players. Got to be looking good. Got to be
There
looking
you
good.
go. Yeah, you got to put your best. You got to put your best foot forward here, Nez.
That's
I
right.
respect it.
That's right. I got to look good for a win.
Good stuff. Shout out to the cheese rolling through the chat here. Actually, I did see this morning that everybody's getting their YouTube year review. Everybody's talking about their Spotify stuff as well. This is sweet. Good to hear from the cheese that we are number one on his docket there. Love to see the screenshots of that. Share them in the Discord. Share them on the X machine. If we are in fact your number one most viewed, or even if we're in the top 5 on your guys' YouTube. Appreciate you guys so much.
We need wins around here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, hey, don't worry about us. We're not going to be part of the main draft in KC, but don't worry. There's going to be plenty of drafting. We'll be hanging out. And drafting the goal line stands, and I'll be spoon feeding everybody GMs. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the biggest like FOMO portfolio this week of all time. This might be sans dog bowl entries, like the biggest entry fee week that I'll have for football. I'm just
okay.
So much FOMO.
Yeah, you're going to live vicariously through the competitors by jamming all your own entries.
I also want to be miserable, with like the other people that aren't winning. Like, man, yeah, like you lost 200K, but I bricked the bomb for the 13th straight week. Like, I get it. We can relate.
Oh, good shit. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Shipped last night's Battle Royale. I'm hyped. No doubt, my friend. No doubt. We'll take a look at that one. We'll take a look in half a second there. I imagine that makes him Rolly Doinks. Rolly Doinks, a name that we have said on the program before, but wins last night.
Rolly Doinks. I've seen Rolly Doinks.
Yeah.
I've seen Rolly Doinks.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the perfect pivot there, Nez. We got 9 games of hoops to talk about today. Pretty fun slate, to be honest. Nothing like clear and obvious yet. I think that's what I like about it. There's like nothing that's like smacking me in the face that like, this is where the value is. This is where the scrolls are. This is the leverage of a Q-tag sitting, and then you got to draft this guy. Last night it was kind of like we talked through the Derek Queen thing. We talked through the Trey Murphy stuff. We talked through a couple of other spots that we liked more than the field. Today, I don't know, man. I don't have crazy like leans. I think there's mispriced ADP guys right now, but I think there's a lot that can change over the next little bit here, and it's not clear and obvious quite like it was yesterday.
I mean, I guess I sort of disagree. Like, okay. I don't know. I kind of always come into these slates and feel like I know the answers and feel like I know who the best plays are. Sure. There is definitely, I guess, a little less ambiguity, I suppose, in my opinion. But we'll get to it. The 6th round is starting to show me some different options that I didn't see before. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. No, I appreciate it when we come at it from different angles here, because maybe I'll learn a little something. Maybe I'll learn a little something about Mikal Bridges like you taught me yesterday. So,
it really, like, yesterday was a reminder that like the projections are just that, I don't know why I'm getting on my soapbox here about my own play, but in fatherhood, I've had to outsource a lot of takes and angles to the overlords, to the people that do this for a living and make money off this and fully dedicate themselves to it. But the end of the day, those aren't the answers. That's not the answer sheet. And when I was doing my best is whenever I was like doing my own thing. And Mikal Bridges was certainly my own thing. Even though he's drafted 100% of the time, he was not a favorable player per projection. So like that's something that we've talked about like for like 3 days straight now, which is just like, who are you competing against? Like what are the ownerships that you're really competing against, right?
Sure.
And you know the good players are not really going to have a lot of Mikal Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, that's a good shout, man. Yeah, just in terms of the combinations available last night, he was a faller, and we'll see it with Rolly's lineup here. Why is that not showing me? Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, we'll see that with Rolly's lineup here, where it's like, Bridges was a casualty of that 6th round because he didn't project as well as some other pieces later in the day. Let me give that one more zoom there.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, he was a casualty of it because he wasn't projecting as well in the 6th round. And then the Rudy Gobert stuff was really interesting too, because he projected really, really well in the unabated stuff. Like he was like 20th overall if you just filtered by that. And then if you filtered by ceiling and stuff like that, it was like really good. And I was just kind of like, man, we just haven't seen the same scoring ceiling when all of them are there. And it was low-key direct leverage off of, Randall, who everybody loved in the 2nd round, pushing him up regardless of resource. So the fact that, Rudy Gobert gets home and then Mikal Bridges, who were, not projection darlings in some iterations, but projection darling in Rudy Gobert in another iteration. Very interesting stuff to see that. Trey Murphy, we were kind of all over. Obviously, overtime aided that game environment, and the fact that the Pels kept it tight. They were up 10 at multiple instances during that game. Need a little bit of correlation there. But yeah, man, just very to your point. I'm fumbling over my words. To your point, there's multiple answers to the test. There's not just the cut and dry angle of here's the list, now go auto draft it.
Dude, the Minnesota Pelicans game in OT was crazy.
I didn't see the end. I'd left already.
So I want to say there was like a minute left in the game, right? And it was over. It was totally over. But like the Pelicans like pushed the ball up the floor and just like kept like getting shots up like very quickly. Like they were like still like trying to like do something with it. And there was probably like 4 straight possessions that were like shot attempt, offensive rebound, dish out, pass, score. So you've got like offensive rebound, points, assists, like all in one. And that happened for like both teams for like 4 straight possessions. It was nuts. And then Rudy, like Nick saying, just like from that OT, like he like was getting the putbacks and and whatnot. That's 3.2 points right there. And that happened like there was 4 possessions like that in the last like minute. It was just like it was a flurry. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Wow. Okay, cool. Very interesting. Yeah, I did not know that. Because nothing more tilting than you get an overtime period added to your game and you're like, oh, here we go. Here come the fantasy points, baby. We're about to lap the field with this shit. And all of a sudden it's like the hardest defense you've ever seen picked up full court. You get like brick, and then you get a couple fouls at the end, and that's that.
Yeah. Like defensive rebound. Defensive rebound. Yeah. ISO. No assists, no nothing. Like, that overtime period had it all. Like, it was crazy.
Love it. Yeah. Jay Fresh saying that neither team wanted to dribble it out. I love that. Yeah, that's where fantasy gold is created. Yeah, extra 10 fantasy points for Rudy with that overtime. Okay.
Yeah, I was on here saying like no Rudy for me, and that's just how I play. I'm not the Rudy guy, but I don't know. Maybe Bigs against Pelicans is the takeaway. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, everybody against Pelicans is the move, but I'm not sure. There was direct negative correlation, like you said, just direct leverage off of Randall, though.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, I wouldn't have been on the Rudy stuff had it not been for Unabated. Unabated came in with a frothy ass projection, and I was like, "Ooh, that's telling me something."
I think I got a few shares after I saw them. I was like, oh, "God damn it, okay, I'll do it."
Yeah. Shout out to Rolly here. Beautiful lineup there. DSR's up here. RT99's up here. Who else we got? Joshua's always hanging out. Who dat boy again? Car Park's up here. Chris is up here. Look forward to hanging out with him and KC. Love this, man. Braden's up here. Braden's always around too. Yeah, nice. Good night for the community there, just in general. Your boy, minus kind of like 50% ish, got 90 entries in, didn't really have anything crazy to sweat over. Played a lot of Scotty, played a lot of Raptors just in general. Played a lot of Trey Murphy, which I was proud of. Played the most Derek Queen. I think the biggest thing I wanted to hit on was I was shocked that Derek Queen came in at 98%. I was shocked because when we did the show, he was like a 35.3 or something ADP, and the contest was already like about 25% filled. Obviously, we were playing with the anticipation that there were going to be Zion swaps, but just the fact that either A, his ADP climbed to a point in which he became the default swap for people, or enough people set their rankings for swaps that he became the default swap or became the swap in that regard. So I wanted to point that out because I thought it was going to be sneakier than this, even if we did get the rule out, and he still comes in at 98.
Yeah, I auto drafted like my last 50 or 40 or so, like in chunks. And I had Queen, I think at like 29 or 30. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to get a shit ton of Queen. Waited until swaps happened to check my exposures. And I check and I'm like, where's Derek Queen? I have 17% Derek Queen. Like, what happened here? I thought I was going to be like overloaded with Derek Queen. And yeah, people just adjusted quickly, and he probably adjusted enough that he became, like you said, default swap, and plus people that actually did rank him got him as well. So yeah, that was good call out, because wow. I would never guess that.
Yeah, me neither. So I just something to be mindful in the future of, like, because I'm trying to think who were the Q tags that could have swapped yesterday other than Zion.
Well, nobody.
Yeah. There was nobody.
Everybody got ruled in.
Yeah. That's why I was shocked. Like, I thought we were still going to get a little bit of leverage, but I guess enough people are watching the program, setting their ranks these days, or, the ADP got steamed high enough. Like, I guess we could just click on it and see 32.4 as a closing ADP.
Oh, Grimes. Yeah, good call by Evan there.
Oh, Grimes. Yeah. Okay. Now it makes a little bit more sense because Grimes was like a 26 ADP.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Queen legit thinks he's a point guard. I mean, we talked about how the overlap in play styles of him and Zion, where they're like mobile fives that aren't fully fives, but they're kind of fours, but they also like the ball in their hand. Queen looks like, to me, like a really good passer out there. They had a play out of a timeout early in the, I don't know, maybe it was the second quarter, something like that. But they had a play out of the timeout that looked very like Sengun, very Joker-esque, where they just ran a high side screen and roll, then had a clear out, and then he basically made a cross-court, no-look pass from the top of the three-point arc, kind of at like the 45-degree angle there, all the way to the far corner for a wide-open three. And it was like, whoa. Like, you just ran a play that designed so that your five could throw a one-handed baseball pass from one side of the court to the other, and that was the designed play. Like, it was just like, oh man.
Yeah, I mean the old Derek Queen skip pass. You love to see it.
Yeah. This is good, man. Like, Queen talks shit to everybody too. He's got some grit as a rookie. I mean, maybe there's a reason. They spent all the capital in the world to, I mean, it's probably, even if he turns out to be a multi-time all-star, it was probably too much draft capital to give up to go get him when they probably could have waited and got him. But like, conversation for another day. Let's move on here, Nez. Exposures for your boy for transparency purposes here. I played the SGA angle over the Maxi stuff. Did not age well. Maxi outscored him, but SGA also then again did not play much of a fourth quarter yet again. But I did exactly as I said I was going to do there. And then I jammed the Queen and Trey Murphy. Where I got out of control was the PG stuff here. I liked playing the Toronto stuff. Maybe should have been a little bit lighter on BI given the Tumani Kamara matchup there. but basically just the receipts for saying I played exactly as I said I was going to play to the community there.
I don't know how to feel about the Paul George thing. I'm trying not
Yeah.
to like be too results oriented on it, but like,
Yeah.
it broke how you needed it to break, in terms of being active there. But he had a hell of a first quarter too.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Fair enough, dude. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Nez, let's move on to today's slate. The evergreen question for you is how many have we done thus far? How are we feeling? Etc.
I've done quite a few so far.
Yep.
In total, I'm at 96. So I maxed the buzzer beater, 75 of the main, and my one a day crossover in there as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I got some pretty decent concentration here. Maybe a little more spread out actually than I'm giving it credit for, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys above 30%.
Well, don't be shy, my friend. Share a couple names with us.
The top guy is Jamal Murray.
Okay.
Just 6-round Jamal Murray is just definitely a free roll early in the day before the good plays start to identify themselves, or the better plays start to identify themselves. And if he goes, then it's just like, fuck yeah, like you got to love that. This is a guy that is a 3rd round pick normally on this slate. Right. And so I don't know that he plays. I think it's genuinely 50-50, probably lean out, but just in case, roll the dice. Franz Wagner, evergreen, but another great spot for Franz, man.
The Franz one's going to be interesting to talk about because, man, Desmond Bane has really been picking up the drives in recent memory here.
Yeah.
He has been, we talked about the pick and roll handling usage. We talked about the ISO ball play when the 3 of them were there, how Paula was commanding so much. Then we were like, hey, the translation is going to be, now that Paula's taken out, Franz with that high side pick and roll handling, and it will now absorb some of that ISO and the drive stuff that Paulo's been doing. And the last 2.5-ish games, it's really been Desmond Bane going to the rack. And that's been, bullish to see for some of the best ball bags, because I liked that situation. But yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I don't know whether or not to be like to overreact to it or to just continue to hammer the Wagner angle, which I think he's got a 50 ball waiting to happen, and I'm trying to figure out if the Spurs are as fantasy friendly as I think they are, and I'm figuring it out to the tune of 36% Franz. So
yeah.
After that, James Harden, Nick Claxton, and Denny to round out the 30%ers.
Okay, cool. Yeah, chasing a little bit of that Denny Q tag that we'll talk about.
Don't love that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, and then the Claxton one. Like Claxton looks like this could be one of his best spots for scoring at the rim that we've seen in a long, long time. And he's coming off a decent one recently there with the 40 fantasy points there. So yeah, like it, dude. Setting of the scene here, obviously, guys, it's a Joker slate, but at least we got some Giannis in a decent spot here to combat it. You guys could see Anthony Davis came back off the calf injury, played damn near full, played 34 minutes there in the game against Joker, had a slate-breaking performance at like ADP 20 something 2 nights ago, and now all of a sudden he's all the way back where he quote-unquote belongs, up in the top 4 here, pace-up spot against Miami. We have a really condensed slate in terms of start times, which is just nice. It's 9 games, but the latest game is 8:30 Eastern, and the first game is at 7. So there's 3 at 7, 2 at 7:30, 2 at 8, 3 at 8, and then 1 at that 8:30 window. The 8:30 window, that Mavs Heat game, is the quote-unquote nationally televised game of the night, but it's just like a NBA TV game. It's not like a ESPN or a Peacock or whatever. But yeah, fun slate, concentrated slate in terms of start times, which means the sweat angle of it is so fun on a night like tonight. Back-to-backs that we got to talk about. Back-end back-to-backs for the aforementioned Spurs there that Nez was attacking. The Knicks are on a back-end back-to-back, and Portland is on a back-end back-to-back. We do have I saw the injury report come through. We obviously don't have the official filing for another 7 minutes here, but I did see it come through on the socials there. And then the only team on a front end back-to-back are the Brooklyn Nets this evening. So there's your lay of the land. Shall we jump into the game-by-game stuff and talk about some of the plays?
I think it's about that time.
All right, cool. Sadakong saying Denny has slipped to pick 15 through 17 the last 2 drafts. I mean, that's the slate breaker right there. If you get that one, yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful.
It's not where I was taking them. Damn.
Yeah, keep gobbling that up and trying to push it in certain rooms there then, because that's truly slate break ceiling, because there's a lot of Q tags around him too on his own team. And like, Shaden wasn't up to full until last night, homecoming narrative, London, Ontario kid. Man, I love watching Shaden Sharp play basketball. Just watching a bit of that game last night. He is so fucking athletic. He had another one of those hammer dunks, like just cutting down the lane. Just takes off from what feels like taking off from the free throw line. But just, oh man, he's fun to watch play basketball. But he was back up to 30 last night, and he's not on this injury report on the back-to-back, which is kind of surprising because I mentally penciled him out on the back-to-back, and it would be Denny night again tonight. But this is an interesting wrinkle to the slate.
Yeah, it is. But Shaden undrafted, so his swaps will open up pretty cleanly if they do open up for him. Yeah,
like it. All right, Nez, let's do it. Jump over to the beautiful unabated interface here, and we will talk about Pacers and Nuggets, first game of the slate. So the nice thing about the Q tag with Jamal Murray is we're accustomed to those Denver games being late games on the West Coast and not having news until tip. We're going to have news right away. So you're going to have all the swap options in the world for Jamal Murray, hence making him a better play than he would normally even be here. So shout out to you for being all over that. I imagine that was a good part of your process there alongside the spot, Nez. We got flowchart spot for centers, and we have the best center in all of the world going against it here. 8-point favorites for the Joker-led Nuggets there. This is a 236.5 injury report for the Nuggets side of things. Probable tag on Joker, questionable tag on Jamal Murray with a right ankle sprain. Julian Strother ruled out already. Aaron Gordon is out, and Christian Brown is out. And then G Leaguers listed. Pacers side of the equation, still without QJ, still without Hallie, still without Naismith, still without Toppin. And then a Q tag on Johnny Furphy on that right ankle. He's been listed out for a good portion of time. We talk about Pacers being very forthcoming with their injury report. That kind of indicates to me this is the same steps they took with Benny Math, the same steps they took with TJ McConnell. Methinks he comes back tonight and he just becomes 11th man, 12th man in that rotation. Just another body for the Pacers to extend there. Let's talk about it, Nez. Thoughts on the Nuggets side first?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's Joker in what looks like another Joker slate. What would you say the odds are? Just percentages that Joker's in the winning lineup.
79.8%.
Yeah. It's ridiculous at this point, man. And what's been such a soft matchup for centers.
Yeah.
Here.
Isaiah Jackson's going to get the quickest of 2 quick ones in the history of him getting 2 quick ones.
It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous how good he's been. I saw a stat that said the Nuggets right now are the most efficient offense in basketball and one of the most efficient offenses in history, which I was just shocked by. I know they're playing great, but that's a Jokic stat, man. That's 100%. That's just all Joker. That's all Joker.
Because, Cam Johnson hasn't been great to start the year. Aaron Gordon's missed some time. Christian Brown's missed time. Jamal's been in and out. Jamal was really good at the very beginning of the season for like the first month and a half, but he's been dealing with, the calf thing and the ankle thing multiple times now. That's crazy.
So, yeah,
Nez,
okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm looking it up right now because I don't even have the app on my phone for this other company. I don't even use this other company. But if I were to ask you, potentially this other redacted company who does not do draft-based games, they do salary-based games. Could you fathom a guess at what Joker's salary is this evening?
Oh my God. Is it, and I don't even think I'm going to get this right. I'm going to overshoot. I'm going to say 13K.
It's 13.4.
Oh. And you know what's really fucked up, dude? He's like a 50% owned guy still.
Oh my God.
Like that's not even, you still can't keep people away.
Right. Yeah. He'll be in like projections as like, he's like 8 to 11% owned. And then you flip the cards over and he's like 35.
Yeah, dude, you can't play that slate without him. Like you really can't. I just sent that over to you.
Yeah.
Dude, what? And the most efficient offense of all time? Huh?
And most efficient, like just such a casual in parentheses, most efficient of all time, by the way. Wow, the Knicks ranked second. I wonder what goes into this. Like, obviously, like this is the cleaning of the glass metric stuff. This is points per 100 possessions. Most efficient ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Dude. That is wild. I just don't even know what to say. That's all Joker, dude. That's all Joker. We are witnessing a very, very, very historic player, and it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. Yeah. Only one man could defeat the Thunder, and I hope he doesn't, because boy, am I hoping the Thunder win at this point in my life. Anyways, Jamal Murray is the other nugget that I like. Obviously, I have a ton of him. Free swap, if not sick play if he goes. After this, I'm not entirely sure what other nugget you can get to at the moment. I don't think it's worth getting to any of them with this Q tag lingering, because the projection bump that those guys would receive is not something that is like chase worthy to gamble. I'd said that in a really, really weird way, but I think I got the point across.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. I did get it across, or I did say it weirdly.
No, both. No, I mean, the Peyton Watson play is like only without Jamal. I think, he could run a little bit longer than the starters if this is like a 15-point spread at the start of the fourth or something like that. Cam Johnson, we still haven't seen the ceiling game from. Eventually, in a catch and shoot matchup, he's just eventually going to ice like 8 threes in a game and matter maybe. Like, it's just like he just doesn't do enough outside of that. Maybe we did Michael Porter Jr. some disservice in the offseason talking best ball there when we said, Cam Johnson, just a better shooting version of Michael Porter Jr. That's not proving to be the case at all right now. I know Cam Johnson's been injured and he missed some time there, but like, man, that might have really been underselling Michael Porter Jr. as a basketball player, because we'll talk about him when we get to the Nets stuff. He has been bowling the F out with all the usage now.
I mean, to be fair, the Nets gave a first round pick as well.
True. Sure.
So yes. Yeah. But we did think that Cam Johnson was a better fit. Like, I think like for a bad team, you would prefer Michael Porter Jr. I think for a good team, you'd prefer Cam Johnson. But we haven't seen Cam Johnson do what we thought he could do yet. Maybe no Jamal is what you need. I'm not entirely sure, but like,
I don't even know.
One of these days he probably will break out. You know, I don't think it's improbable.
I think he might just be Jover for fantasy purposes on our site because the ceiling doesn't exist even when you remove bodies from it, because like the handling rule doesn't get you excited when like he's good from a real life basketball standpoint to be like, he's our camp out in the corner guy that Joker can find as a fourth option who doesn't command the ball. That's what he makes sense for this team when everybody else is healthy. You take these bodies out of the equation and it's not like, oh shit, maybe it's going to be Cam Johnson night. I mean, that's way more Peyton Watson's music than his.
Definitely. Yeah. Peyton Watson's a bucket. No Jamal Murray, then yeah, I would mix in Peyton Watson for sure. Maybe a little bit of Cam Johnson. Yeah, but otherwise, I think we're good here.
Okay. Yeah. Keep it concentrated around this. Jamal's obviously mispriced if he plays. If he does not, we have plenty of swap options because we got 8 more games on the slate to choose from there. Pacers side of the equation there. Man, they just have so many bodies right now. We have this evergreen conversation about Pascal on the days where, you know, he's being drafted at ceiling. You don't want him when he's being drafted a little bit behind ceiling and projects ever so slightly better than his ADP. Then those are the games in which you take him. That very well could be today. You know, I love Benny Math. He is always kind of my favorite option to get to on this team. Jay Huff's been starting and has had some really nice box scores, but probably not enough to matter on a 9-gamer. Nembhard might not even be the best Nembhard in his own family, and TJ McConnell doesn't play enough to matter. Yeah, crazy tilting run out with that 6 minutes on Monday's slate there. I know on the redacted side, people didn't like that, but yeah, man, what are you doing here, Pacers?
Yeah, getting to Jay Huff. Just kidding. I had Siakam pretty bullishly ranked to start, and then I like toned it down a little bit, but it's just Siakam though. I'm not doing Benny Math here. There's better 6-rounders at the moment. So yeah, it's just Siakam, man.
Yeah.
Free TJ McConnell, free Jay Huff. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, respect it. Like this idea from T-Cage in the chat here to pull up Siakam to join your Joker teams for a little bit of game correlation there, especially when he lives on the other side of the board. Yeah, these are the kind of nights that I like to do it when it's not like a chalk concept where they perfectly line up. Now all of a sudden you can pull them up. Bound, we gave Jamal some flowers, especially for the run in October there. Jamal's been very efficient. Really like that. Shout out to Joshua, who had a nice night last night as well, was in the top 10 there, saw that one in. And another top 5 finish there last night. Our guy, RT99, rolling through. Haven't seen him in a minute in the chat. Love to see it. If you know, you know. People remember. People never forget. Adam Duval, RT99. Love to see it, buddy.
Love to see RT99 coming through and saying what's up. That's what it's all about. Just say hi sometimes, you know? I love that. Thank you for popping through, man. We see you all the time.
Yeah, if your name is Buster Boys, or if your name is Feed the Freezer, feel free to follow RT99's influence here and say hi in the chat for once in your careers. I know you're out there.
If I see Busters in the chat, I'm banning him.
Good clean fun.
Get it over with, buddy.
Good clean fun. Nets, let's move on here. Blazers, one of those teams on the back-to-back there. This is a 239, 11.5 by way of the Cavs here. Expecting Darius Garland back this evening. The Cavs were missing him, but still no Jarrett Allen in this one. No official filing. Okay, let me pull this again. There we go. Okay, got the official filing on the Blazers here so we can get the designations. Blazers side of things here. Denny Avdia has the Q tag. As we mentioned, he's been falling to like 15, 17 in draft rooms there. He's an absolute smash. They would break the slate in that iteration. And you have a free swap to a 30% usage Shaedon Sharpe if you want it as well. Maybe this becomes the angle that people start trying to jam some 6th-round Shaedon Sharpe right now. Donovan Clingan, who came into yesterday's game with a Q tag, wound up playing through it there. He has a Q tag in this spot, but Time Lord, aka Robert Williams III, who played last night, has already been ruled out for this one. Chris Murray has a questionable tag here, and then they're still without Scoot Henderson, Drew Holiday, Blake Wesley, Matisse Thybulle, etc. So Blazers could be hella thin here, and maybe that's the reflection of that 11.5-point spread. And then on the other side, we have a probable tag on Lonzo Ball, and then we have an out tag on Jared Allen, Sam Morrell, Larry Nance Jr., Max Strus. Yeah, that's it. That's all that matters on the Cleveland side. So I think the Cleveland side's easier to talk through. Let's have that conversation first here, Nez. Thoughts on Cleveland? It's kind of the evergreen discussion of just only 3 guys playable for us on our site. Do you love anything here?
I like Mitchell. I like Mobley. I like Harden more than both, though. So I don't have a lot of those two. I think my favorite play on the Cavs, though, is Darius Garland. Just we're seeing him with a pretty much like full run workload right now with his health. We're due for like that Darius Garland ceiling game. That's just extra tilting, but at minuscule ownership in a fun spot. I think Garland makes a lot of sense here. We used to draft Garland every slate. We used to draft Garland every single slate. He's back, and the Cavs are, I think, in desperate need of more wins. They are not playing good basketball right now. They are pretty banged up. I think they need Garland to step up. I think this could be a nice little Garland game. Really, really low owned right now.
To your point there, Cavs are 13-9, hovering in that 6 range beside the Hawks and the Celtics in the Eastern Conference there. 5-5 in their last 10 there. Yeah, also Garland was the one who sat the previous game too. The other little wrinkle with Garland is we talk about the rotations, how they love to play like Mitchell and Mobley together, and then they love to play Allen and Garland and stagger like that. Well, there's no Allen for that second rotation. So what does that mean? Well, that probably opens up a little bit more for Garland to get his in that second unit. Now, it's a little bit different in this new kind of like modern era of the Cleveland Cavs, where you're dealing with a little bit of Hunter impact on that and a little bit of Lonzo Ball handling on that. So it's not as clean as it was in years past. And we don't have a large enough sample of it this season to fully know, but I'm with you, Des. My very first draft, I took Garland as my scroll EF down in the last round. I saw what you saw. Like, Portland's a pace-up spot. Sure, there's tough defensive assignments on the other side, but man, Garland feels all right.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan. You gotta find the scrolls, and that was like one that really stuck out to me. Pretty quickly in terms of like, okay, how do I stop drafting Claxton, Vooch, and Jamal Murray? It's like, oh yeah, Darius Garland, absolutely. He does not project bad. Some might even say he projects well. And with a decent ceiling opportunity here, one of the highest totals on today's slate. Very easy chance of being the highest scoring game on today's slate as well. Garland I think makes a lot of sense as a scroll.
Like it, dude. Any concern about blowout run here? It is the second largest spread on the slate there. You noted the high total, but like any potential like, man, just no one ends up mattering because like they all get theirs and then everybody sits the fourth because Portland's on the back-to-back and they don't want to overextend, Denny off a Q or Shaden off of his first 30-minute performance this month.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second highest spread on the slate. Definitely, have some concerns about it, but, that's out of my control.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I respect the take. Okay, cool. Anyone that you think would run the longest? Like Tyson? Shout out Mike the other night who shouted out the Tyson game in this Pacers spot there. Like Tyson would probably be the guy who runs the longest out of like the quote unquote starters.
Yeah, I think he would as well, but
too deep a slate.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I like Jalen Tyson though. Like he's a pretty fun player, but yeah, there's no one that I'm looking at to try to get leverage here.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good to me. All right, let's move to the other side of that one with Portland. So, I mean, I think you guys just got to catch the Denny Avdia Q tag while you can. Denny just in a vacuum. I did not see it last night. I did not see what transpired there. I will rely on Gallagher and Pham and all these smart guys in the industry to tell me if this is actually significant or not. But Denny, in my mind, is just a dude who plays through everything kind of vibe here. And if they're going to have a bunch of Q tags here and already going to be tight as hell without Time Lord, without Lillard, without Drew, I mean, I think this just feels like a spot that Denny plays. Thoughts?
I'm with you. I think, well, I hope he plays, and I think he plays. He strikes me as a tough dude that will just kind of play through these lingering things. So I didn't see an injury either. So I'm just assuming that he's good to go.
Yeah, dude. Do you think? Okay, this is let's have a real life basketball conversation for a half second here. Do you think there's a better let's say non like super max superstar? So take Joker, take Giannis, take these guys out. Is there a better asset in all of basketball than Denny Avdia and his contract right now?
I mean, I'm not like familiar with the other contracts, but I just know his contract is ridiculous, so probably not.
Dude, he's 4x55, where it was front loaded for 15 cap hit, like 15 against the cap the first year, 14, 13, 11. So it's decreasing as he gets better and more impactful. And he still has 3 years left on this deal as the cap is going to increase. Like, man, Portland can make this work in a big way.
Yeah, they're highly incentivized to capitalize on that contract because it's definitely the best in basketball.
Yeah. Man. Okay, here you go. Rocket Sauce said he watched all of last night's game and Denny wasn't hurt. Okay. Yeah. I know we're big Portland fans, but imagine how fun Denny would be on this Pistons team. I mean, I guess. Okay. We can imagine it. But okay. Yeah, so I think the biggest takeaways here are encapsulate the fall of Avdia. I think Klingon would have to play big minutes if he plays here with the Q tag. I just note that he came into last night with the Q tag, but only played 21. He split that 48. Time Lord played a decent amount last night. I believe he played, let's just check my math before I speak out of turn, almost 17. So standard run for like Time Lord there with the backup 5 run. I guess Duop Reith would come into your life as like a redacted salary play at the 5, that sort of deal. But yeah, Jeremy Grant could matter here. He's probably, him and Kamara are probably the safest bets for minutes in the last round, but it's not like I'm jumping up and down to jam, Sharp, Kamara, or Grant right now. It's kind of a wait and see on the Q tags. But if you had to pick one of them to play in the 6th round right now, who would you play?
Well, Sharp, but okay. I think Grant, Sharp, and even Kamara, I think become draftable if Denny sits. Like, yeah, there's like blowout potential, but I think those 3 guys, like absolutely become like almost every draft players at that point. Grant for sure. Kamara maybe lags behind a little bit, but he'll have to pick up a lot of offensive usage without Denny, and he can play a little offense. He's just like going 100,000% hard on the defensive end. Probably just have to slack off a little bit on that end to bring over to the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, I think those 3 become in play if Denny sits, but I think Denny plays. With Denny in, Shaden, mixable here and there. Mm-hmm. You could do a little bit of Grant. You could do a little bit of Klingon. Honestly, it's not like my favorite scroll. right now.
Yeah, I think you really need the Q tags to break in your favor to matter here. And I think Grant would be the safest 6th rounder. I think everybody would want to jam Shaden because they saw 30 minutes from last night and whatnot. And I love Shaden. He's one of my favorite basketball players, but like I don't think this is the spot where you jam him on a back-to-back and he plays 35 tonight. Like I think that's Jeremy Grant's music to play 35 tonight if you rule out Denny, Klingon, and whatever. Like you would get some iteration of the lineup with like City, Duop Reith, Caleb Love. Like it would be like a spend down delight on the redacted side, but probably a bridge too far on our side.
Yeah, I'm with you, but I'm just co-signing the Grant shout. Like I think Grant has a lot of upside.
Yeah, I think it would be Grant too. It just feels it's not as fun or as sexy as playing Shaden, but like I just don't see Shaden like 4th game back on first back-to-back back, and he just goes and plays 35 tonight and commands a 31% usage like he did to start the season. Like that's what I would love to happen, and I'd love to wish cast that into existence, but I don't see that happening in a spot where you're 11-point dogs on the road, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on. Magic and Spurs here, 8 by way of the Magic. We kind of had the conversation about Bane and the elevated drives in recent memory here. A couple nice box scores for him. A good spot for Franz. Nez is all over the Franz stuff here. This is a 235 there. Obviously, Magic still without Paulo. Who else are we missing? All the G Leaguers ruled out. Franz has the face mask tag, and then Mo Wagner is still out. So nothing new on that side. On the Spurs side, second night of a back-to-back for the Spurs here. Obviously, no Wemby still, no Castle still. So nothing has changed in terms of injury report with either of these rosters. Let's do Magic first because you're in on the Franz stuff. Let's talk about the Magic. Basically 3 draftable pieces only.
Suggs is a scroll, but draftable for sure. Franz and Bane are the highlights here. Bane, very, very affordable, but so is Franz, man. Like both these guys are underdrafted. Really like them both here in this spot. It's not like a whole lot else to say for me other than like I would just draft these guys like min 1 Magic is basically where I'm at right now.
Guys, ears perked up there because last time Nez used the min 1, it was the Rockets Sangoon smash spot 2 nights ago.
Oh wow.
Oh baby, we got a min 1 call.
I mean, I like I said, I'm still trying to figure out this Spurs team, but I just don't want to overthink it. Like, I think they're good for fantasy right now.
Sure.
So just play guys against them, and we haven't seen the Franz ceiling like we did last year without Paulo, but it doesn't mean that it can't hit still.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. Yeah, there's no reason to think the thesis doesn't still exist with Franz. We know. I mean, people were talking about Franz as a fringe MVP candidate at the start of last year. You remember that window of time? Everybody was like, he's got to be on the All-Star team. Everybody's like, yo, dart throw at MVP kind of guy. Like, dude, people were hyping Franz last year.
Yeah, they really were.
Yeah. I like it, dude. I think I like Bane more than I don't know where the models have him, but I think I like Bane a little bit more than ADP. I like Franz a little bit more than ADP. And then Suggs is just kind of like, we joked about it last time, how like everyone was jamming him in the 6th round on Monday slate. And we're just like, guys, like, come on here. Like he's not 7 points better in terms of fantasy point projection than everybody else in that tier. And we were right. He just plays to 35 fantasy points as he normally does if the stock ceiling isn't there or he doesn't jack up a bunch of threes. So I like Suggs. I think he's a really good basketball player. I think he's more of a pest on the defensive end to the handling role of, say, Fox or Vassell, something like that. But I think he's totally fine as a scroll in the last round. I like it. I think it's a good play. I just wouldn't get carried away with it. I think he's a mix and match guy, not a jam because not a jam because the models tell you to jam them guy.
Yeah, but he's so cheap that like right now I think you're going to get I think he's going to come in at like 50% owned or 50% drafted.
Yeah, which is a way different setup than last slate on Monday, where he was coming in at like 90 whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't draft Franz. He's got a hitch in his shot. That's a great point. That's a good point. Let's talk about the Spurs, dude. Win over the Grizzlies last night in that one. Pretty nice game from Fox there. Really nice game from the Barnacle of the Bay, Harrison Barnes there. 31 real life basketball points in that one. Dylan Harper, if you know, starts to ramp up, gets up to 20. That's his highest since coming back there. But this team is still running, 11 deep, 10 deep, that sort of thing. And it's before like garbage time because there wasn't any like true blowout garbage time there. So really hard to decide on any given night if you want to play any Spur other than Fox. Thoughts on, first of all, Fox's ADP and then anybody else on the team?
I'm like pretty at the field on De'Aaron Fox. Like, sure. Yeah, I don't think it's anything like spectacular of a spot necessarily, but he projects well, looks good. And that's it, man. I'm not getting any other Spur. I don't really have any interest in any other Spurs.
We always joke about like Vassell not having a ceiling, and just to win a 9-gamer on our site with only 6 roster spots, it's Fox or bust. And I like the nights where Fox is cheaper than normal, but obviously, the Magic defense is greatly improved in the last month or so. We've talked about that a little bit. A lot of that has to do with Suggs coming back, but I could see like, this Siakam and Fox, being the guy who chooses right between this like next tier of like, Never Bam, Brunson, Kevin Durant, like just being the guy who goes, yeah, you know what? Fox and Siakam project better by a couple points in my hashtag model, moving them over that tier and being slightly overweight. I don't think it would be bad by any stretch.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Off the back-to-back is, you never really want to jam teams that are especially on the road on the back-to-back and they're large dogs, i.e. Portland this evening, i.e. the Spurs this evening. But like, there's definitely spots to get to.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on back to the beautiful unabated interface here. Hawks and Clippers up next. Hey, where's my guy Jump Free in the chat? Shout out Unabated for getting rid of this polymarket stuff so quickly. We said it in the chat the other day. The powers that be listened, and now we're getting the real spreads and totals back for us. You still get it a little bit here, but Jump Free suggested that, and it got taken.
Well, they had it inversed. They were showing their spreads in opposite directions.
Right, yeah, because they were offering lines that don't exist anywhere else. So they were always popping as the best line.
They were straight up incorrect. They were showing like -8 Nuggets is +8 Nuggets for like -106. That wasn't even a real line. It was just
no. But they were like -180 lines and stuff like that. So you could just buy them so poorly. It's a polymarket thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they were just being inputted incorrectly.
I got you. Hawks and Clippers here, dude. Obviously pace up spot for the Clippers, but pace down spot for the Hawks here. 3.5 by way of the Hawks. Only a 2.26 here. We had kind of a similar dynamic. Obviously the Heat being like the fastest team in all of the world, but the Heat really put it on the Clippers the other night, and that game played way above the total. Just because of how fast it was, just in general. This doesn't feel as clean a spot as like the Heat game on Monday, where it was like, oh yeah, this can play like way up to speed and play above total. Here, it's a tighter spread than that one, but just kind of putting it on people's radar that like, even though the Clippers, play slow, they can be forced into game environments where they have to play quick. Weird situation with Chris Paul. Chris Paul no longer with the team. I hope he winds up somewhere because really weird, man. Chris Paul played every basketball game last year as like a dude in his late 30s. He played, What's going on here? Giannis bombshell. Giannis to the Mavs. What do we got here? Giannis to the Knicks going to be a movie? Ooh, we got something brewing here in the chat.
I mean, it's no secret, but Shams just said that him and his agent have started a conversation with the Bucks about his future.
Oh. So it's like a classic, like, story without a story that drives hype, and now Shams is going to go on TV and talk about it on NBA Today.
Yeah, and the other day, Giannis deleted all the, like, he did like a social media cleanse on Twitter and like on his Instagram, which is really upsetting because he had some awesome tweets back in the day, like when he first tried a smoothie. But that no longer exists now. I wish he hadn't have deleted that one. Are you familiar with that one?
I've seen it before. You've told me about it before.
Yeah, man. God bless America. Yeah, no, he's out of there. He's out of there. And Karl Anthony Towns should be looking at properties on the on the Great Lakes, I think.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, really interesting trade candidate because, like, what team on the planet has enough assets to go get Giannis?
Well, they're going to be at the mercy of Giannis.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Well, I mean, the Thunder.
Dude, it's actually crazy that the first team that comes to mind is the Thunder.
The Thunder could do it and like not lose anybody.
The Thunder are 20-1. They have the Clippers pick this year. They have all these first, like, dude, what?
Yeah, they could do it easily. And they could play him like 26 a night and just lose one game the rest of the year. And it would just be like the biggest joke ever.
I don't know what Giannis's contract situation is. I mean, this is just a fun discussion, but like, let's see how many. Is he expiring or anything? Let's see.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna step away for a second.
Yeah,
and then because also people are drafting like Giannis behind Cade because of this news, and I just don't think that that's smart.
That's interesting. Giannis has 2 years left, but the second year left on it is a player option. Giannis is 31 right now with a 5.4 on the cap. He's got a 5.8 next year, and then he's got a 6.2 the following year. I don't know, man. I don't know. His brother's package deal. Love it. Dude, Chet and some firsts? Like, that's not crazy. That's not crazy at all. I don't know. My like, I know you can always find ways to get better as a team. And like, it's Giannis. And our fantasy brains are like, yo, yeah, man, just Giannis on the Thunder. It all makes sense. But like, when the Thunder are like this fucking good and they have, like, why would you want to rock the boat at all? Like, they're this good. I understand it's Giannis, but like, I don't know. Like, why disrupt anything with that situation? But they do seem like the most plausible team with like assets to move. Giannis and Steph. Yeah, send him to Golden State. Mike said send him to Golden State.
No, put Steph down like a sick horse, dude. It's over for Golden State.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm trying to think now. Like, I don't know.
I'm not familiar with the assets teams have, but the Hawks could potentially make a play.
Yeah.
I still think it's the Knicks because they could make this trade, get like a player, you know, get Cat in that trade, get
Knicks don't have anybody to give other than Cat.
I mean, Cat and Bridges.
Ooh. Spurs got a lot of picks. Spurs got a lot of picks. They got young bodies. Wemby and Giannis together in the future.
Whoa.
Holy shit, dude. I mean, like, Luka and Giannis makes a lot of sense. I don't think the Rockets can financially do it. I heard someone else float Rockets the other day, but yeah, like Harper, Fox, and picks, and you just play Giannis, Wemby, and Vassell together. Giannis and Wemby would ruin the league. Wemby and Giannis would be a movie. Men in Black 4.
Aliens.
Man. Like I think it's crazy to suggest that the Thunder are the team with the most movable assets to do this, and they're also the best team in all of basketball. But I threw out the take there, Nez, that like, why would you want to do anything to rock the boat if you're the Thunder when you're in like such a position to just repeat as is, you know?
Because like because
it's Giannis.
You can improve your odds.
Yeah. I mean, like,
yeah.
Okay, championship odds right now. I'd be curious here. Let's find a championship odds for the NBA right now. Let's see here. Just look at ESPN as a resource here. Okay, of course they don't even have it. We have to go to one of the redacteds for a second. The Thunder are plus 125 to win the championship this year. The next closest team is the Nuggets, and they're plus 650 to win the championship. If you add Giannis and remove Chet and like 3 firsts or whatever it would take, what do their odds move to? Like they're plus 125 right now. With Giannis, what do the Thunder's odds move to? Like plus 100? Like, is it worth it for that?
Minus 140.
Minus 140, my ass.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
Oh man, minus 175.
If what you just said was swap Chet for Giannis.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That team is handing the fucking ship now.
Yeah,
that is a ridiculous team. That's a ridiculous.
But this is my point. Team. This is my point that Jumfree's making. It's like, how can you possibly get lower than 125? Because the bet isn't about who wins a basketball game tonight. The bet is like the elongation of a season. There's so much variance. Like other teams can make moves. Other players can get hurt. Giannis could be hurt right now. Like,
yeah, that makes it a bad bet. But like, if you're a bookmaker, I'm not giving you plus money on the Thunder to win with Giannis.
That's fucking
swap
crazy.
for Chet. Dude, this team is nuts, man. And they have Hartenstein. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're so good. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, jeez, man, this is crazy. Like, imagine there being 0 minutes where one of Shea or Giannis are not on the court. Like, that's crazy to think about. That's a good shout from Clipper Nation. Clipper Nation, good segue to get back to talking about Clippers and Hawks tonight here. We got the Clippers, dude. Obviously, Chris Paul not with the team there. I don't know. We spiraled from the Chris Paul stuff to into Giannis stuff there. No Bogdan, no Derek Jones Jr., no Bradley Beal there. Telfort. Jamel Telfort listed available, a two-way G League guy. Interesting. Okay. And then on the Hawks side, G Leaguers are listed, but no Zinger, no Trey is kind of like the crux of the discussion there. So let's talk about the Clippers first, because it's kind of like an evergreen conversation at this point that we get James Harden projecting better than where he gets drafted the majority of days. There are 3 draftable pieces here. I don't think anybody's going beyond this. Do you want the 3? Do you want any of them above ADP? Harden, Kawhi, and Zoo?
Yeah, I got a ton of Harden. I have him ahead of the Cavs guys.
Okay.
Just good spot, good player, ton of usage. Yeah, just draft James Harden. He's just perennially undervalued every single slate. Kawhi got a big increase in ADP though.
Okay. Yeah, just because we saw more minutes out of him last time. We saw a good box score. We got 30 in that Miami game from him. He puts up 55 fantasy points.
Yeah, and like I think if I was playing it, if I was, making ADP, I would probably have him behind Michael Porter Jr., Franz, and Bain. But yeah, he's extremely efficient, and he just played 30 minutes in a game where he didn't even have to. But yeah, I have Kawhi basically at ADP. So good pick, good player, good spot.
Sounds good. Thoughts on the Zoo stuff? We've been doing centers against Atlanta and attacking that Onyeka matchup. Is this a spot where you want to do it again?
Yeah, I have Franz over him, but yeah, I have that. That's it though. He's the only player behind him that I have ahead of him. I'm going back to Zoo.
Sounds good, man. Clippers need wins, man. Clippers are 5-16 right now, 15.5 away from the Thunder, but they're 3 games behind the play-in tournament right now where the Blazers reside. I mean, even the Grizzlies without Ja and without these guys have 4 more wins than them.
They suck, dude.
Yeah. Any concern about Harden being at the strip club Atlanta, renowned for some of the good ladies of the night clubs?
Yeah, like Jalen Johnson. I got Jalen Johnson at ADP. I'm not taking him ahead of AD, but I like him a lot. Great player. The Clippers play slow, but they suck, dude. So you can just take players against the Clippers and do really well. Because they're bad. So I think Onyeka is way overdrafted, but he's gonna play a lot.
Sure.
And like I just said, the Clippers suck. So you can draft Onyeka. Hilarious run out for him last game, where he opened up. We already talked about that though. Yesterday, but how he opened up mad hot and did nothing in the second half. But yeah, he's gonna play a lot. He's gonna play a lot here. Dyson and Na are the 2 6-rounders that you can get to here. Dyson obviously going way more often than Na. Makes me kind of like Na, just because people are probably just looking at Dyson and calling it a day. I'll take Na. I'll take some Na here. Might even be looking at Dyson and Na on the board in the 6th round and take Na over him, just because you're gonna have such a stark difference in drafted percentage. But both really good picks in the 6th round.
Yeah, I venture to guess Dyson will project better than this, and he'll get the Jalen Suggs Steam candidate of the night treatment.
Yeah, that's evergreen for Dyson.
Yeah, I mean, we just haven't seen one of those big outlier stock games yet that breaks a slate, and I think it's because the offensive usage isn't as strong because Na's been playing so well and getting his on the offensive end. And then the games in which it wasn't it was Vic Krejci and stuff like this, who were guys getting theirs on the offensive end. So even if you do get that Dyson Daniels 7 or 8 stock game that we saw last year, Harden a decent candidate for that, I guess. I mean, not a crazy good one, but an okay candidate for on ball turnover rate stuff. I just don't know that Dyson has the offensive output in his bag to really break a slate anymore.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Yeah, good floor, but ceiling is highly questionable for sure.
Right. Yeah. The play is becoming more and more like Jaden McDaniels each day.
Shout out Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's keep pushing here. Hornets and Knicks. Knicks as 9-point favorites here. Second night of a back-to-back for them. This is 236 total. I'm going to pull the most recent NBA injury report just to make sure we have Knicks filing or not filing. Let's see. We already had the Mitch Robb one. Okay, we got an official filing from them. This is good. Knicks side of stuff here. Still no OG, still no Landry Shamet, no Mitchell Robinson on the back end of the back-to-back there with an injury management tag. I love playing, maybe love is not the operative word. I like playing Cat a lot more when Mitchell Robinson isn't there, just in terms of rebounding rate, just helps open up his ceiling a little bit there. And then the Hornets side, we got a probable tag on Melo in the Garden here. no Trey Mann, no Pat Connaughton, no Josh Green still. We get Brandon Miller ruled out with that left shoulder thing that he dealt with. Brandon Miller came back into our lives for a little bit. Then he was a late scratch last game, kind of threw the slate on its head. I did see something on the broadcast the other day. Our guy Mike Bradley in the chat saying MSG Con is going to be a movie here. Did you know that Con was on like Jimmy Fallon?
No.
He's the first Hornets player since Muggsy Bogues and Larry Legend to be on a late night show. And he was on with Fallon the other night when they were in between games against Brooklyn and the Knicks. Like 20-year-old Con. That's crazy, man. Melo's probably so fucking mad about that. Melo wants that limelight so bad.
I don't think Melo knows who Jimmy Fallon is.
Dude, no way. Melo would love to be on Fallon.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
A ton of Jimmy. They said it on the broadcast the other night because they were gassing him up. That's the only reason I knew. Yeah, dude. Let's talk about the Knicks here. You were the Bridges whisperer last night. There we got Cat in a matchup that we used to chase, and now maybe not as much with Kalkbrenner there. Good rim protector, but like it more without Mitch Robb. And then we got Brunson, Hart, and Bridges who go every single draft. Bridges being the less of the bunch there, but had a ceiling game last night with 35 real life basketball points.
Yeah, all four of these guys are draftable again. It's going to feel like chasey to go after Mikal, but like he's not. It's not like he's Josh Hart ADP. He's 35.
Sure.
And I'm a big fan of this spot. Big fan of all four of these guys. I'm not like overweight Knicks, but I love the Knicks tonight. So I would like to get more. 20% Brunson, okay. 16% Towns. Hart, forever underweight, even at this ADP, but I'm definitely going to get to some more Hart. And then Mikal, I don't have much Mikal, but like love all four of these guys. I think particularly Towns and Brunson coming off a bad game here makes them like very much a smash.
Yeah, I like it. Wow, this is so disrespectful, Nick, that Larry Bird played on the Hornets. No, the real Larry legend, Larry Johnson, buddy, one of the greatest throwback jerseys of all time, that teal number 2. Yeah, dude, I'm in agreement with you here, just like in a vacuum. I think this might be like the first night in ever that I kind of want to be a little bit overweight Cats ADP.
Yep. Yeah, another Cat spot, this time for real.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Hornets side there, dude. We saw Melo get a nice little uptick there, up to 29 minutes, still low-key soft capped at that 30 spot. Assist rate looked really nice. He had 14 actuals in that one. Miles Bridges came crashing down to earth in what we thought was a smash spot for him. Only plays 30 minutes. Was just kind of camped out in the corner, not doing much there. We want to joke that this is Con's team now. Con's minutes seem the safest out of the three of them. Sexton really commanded usage off the bench last time out. In his 18 minutes, he like still put up 25 fantasy points. Like it was really noticeable that like when the second unit was out there, that the handling was not Bridges. The handling was Sexton. So I don't know if there's anything sticky there. And then just splitting the 48 between Kalkbrenner and Diabate is probably a bridge too far on our slate. Do you like love interest in anyone here?
Yeah, I like Miles Bridges here. I don't have any LaMelo Ball, but I'm gonna switch my tune with no Brandon Miller here. I'm gonna get some LaMelo, but like God, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But yeah, I don't know, man. This team's really tough for me to get to right now. They're just kind of they're like low key, like spread out, but without Brandon Miller, it helps a lot. Maybe like a few scrolls to Khan for the vibes, but I don't think Khan stands out to me as like an awesome play necessarily. Like,
no. The nice thing you could say about anything here is that the Knicks give up catch and shoot, and you can really get threes up against the Knicks, and that's kind of like Melo's music, and that's Khan's music a little bit too.
yeah, it's just like, Jalen Duren or LaMelo Ball. I'm gonna go Duren.
Yeah, I see that one both ways. I bet if I just ran the S words and jammed a couple projection sets and did my own little math, that Melo would probably be like my 20th ranked player on the slate, which means I would have him in almost every single draft because I'd take him way above ADP. But man, if he's gonna be soft capped at 30, and I don't know, we've just talked about the impact of taking Miller out. Like, he had the highest usage rate on the team. Like, that's got to funnel somewhere, but this might just be like way too spread.
Yeah, I mean, if he's gonna play 30 and close, I guess, but like,
yeah,
the price is fine, is the thing, right? The ADP is fine.
Yeah,
I just I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it.
Okay. Yeah. No,
but
I see why, man. Like, I don't have fun watching him play basketball anymore. Like, it's just it's not good, and it's not what it once was, and I don't know, man. Remember how we had the Trey conversation last year, where it was like you added Jalen Johnson and you added some more pieces with Dyson Daniels, you added some more pieces, and it was like, man, Trey just really jacks up really bad deep threes and then just gets dimes. And like, are we sure Trey still has 65 in his bag in terms of fantasy points with everybody in there? That's kind of how I feel about Melo right now. It's like, are we sure we're not just chasing this dragon of like 65 fantasy points is even obtainable for him anymore? Now that we have Khan, Kalkbrenner, they're more of like a complete basketball team. Their secondary handling with like Sexton and Bridges, like, I don't know. It's just like not a fun brand of basketball.
No, it's not. But like, thankfully, in the fifth round, like you really just kind of won 40 points. But if it's a blowout,
sure, yeah,
very well could be.
Yeah.
Then like he's not. He's playing 22 minutes, and you're left holding the bag.
Yeah, good shouts. Jordan saying Brunson bounce back spot tonight because the Hornets really struggle with pick and roll handling. I could see that. I mean, they struggle with pick and roll handling because LaMelo just gives it the old fucking Olay with his left arm and lets you fly through the lane.
Yeah, I'm sick of
yeah. Okay, let's keep rolling here, dude. Nets and Bulls here. We've talked about Porter a little bit. Mike Porter Jr. there. We talked about a Claxton spot that you like here in this one. This is a 233.5, kind of running parallel to the rest of the field there. 8 by way of the Bulls at home. Bulls going to be without Kobe White this evening. Let me see. We got a questionable tag on Zach Collins. We got an out tag on Herter. We got a doubtful tag on Okoro. We have a questionable tag on Jalen Smith, Dalen Terry as well. And then we got an out tag on Kobe White. So a lot of moving pieces here. Could see Zach Collins for the first time this season for some backup 5 run. No Herter and no White opens up a little bit of handling there. Most likely Trey Jones's music with the second unit. And then probable tags on Patrick Williams, Jalen Phillips. What do you like in here on the Bulls side?
It's just Giddey and Vooch for me.
Okay.
I'm not doing my toss here, but I suppose you could if you wanted to. But I'm not. I like Giddey a lot. Where am I at on Giddey? You may be wondering. It's not that 30% because that would be crazy at his ADP. I'm at 16%. I guess I'm right at the field. But I like Giddey a lot, man. There's a lot of guys in his range that, I think project similarly. But yeah, big fan of Giddey here. And I like Vooch in the 6th, man. I'm not sure where he projects. If, projection users will get to Vooch, but against the Nets, I like it.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's kind of like one of those guys who always projects better than his ADP. And it just like holds his ownership like in check there. Any love for like IO if like some of these Q tags break the other way? No more like soft cap there. Could start again.
Yeah, no, he's for sure an interesting play there. Yeah, I mean, like I'm not gonna draft IO, but like yeah, IO makes sense as a scroll, like really, really deep, but like not insane.
Okay. Any concern about Zach Collins with Vooch or something like that, or you think he just picks up back of 5 run with Jalen Smith?
Yeah, no, I'm not like I don't think it's that big of a deal personally.
Yeah. Could see some small ball lineups tonight, but probably not actually with just like I'm kind of walking that back actually. I was thinking like could see some small ball spots here, but I think they just want Vooch on the floor in general. So it kind of
I think so too.
Yeah, they just have too few bodies to do anything without Vooch.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's talk about the Nets side, man. 2 very draftable pieces in my estimation this evening. Michael Porter Jr. I like him above his current price tag there. And then you talked about Claxton and loving Claxton in the last round there. Some potential good rim finishing opportunities here if he draws a lot of Vooch. Anybody else pique your interest on the Nets?
No, just Porter and Jesus Christ, Claxton. But since we're talking about the Nets and they're on the slate, shout out Yegor Dioman, who will one day be in our lives as a fantasy option, and he will take souls, but not today.
Yeah, no, he played really well last game out there. The Phillies, the Sixers game on Friday last week, because on the ETR show they hyped him as a pivot off of the TJ chalk, and it really worked out well at a low price point. But how much Claxton you want in the last round? Is he your favorite 6th rounder right now?
I mean, I think I would say so. Okay. I think I would say so. Yeah. I mean, he's by exposures, yes, and I think by draftable pieces, yes. Like taking Jamal Murray out of it, yeah. I think Claxton is my favorite.
Okay, sounds good. Our guy Eggers just rolled up just in time because we're going to talk about the Bucks and the Pistons here, and this is 229, 4.5 by way of the Pistons. We got all these Shams rumors going on. We also got the Windhursts up for allegedly Giannis asked for a trade earlier this offseason, that sort of thing. It's leading to people not being as enthused about Giannis at 2 this evening. Is there any smoke around that one, Nez?
Dude, I don't think so, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't think so. I just, like, if you had the opportunity to have double the field on Giannis tonight at the expense of Cade, like, would you do it?
100%.
Well, that's welcome to today, because like I can't get Cade because I keep getting Giannis at 3 and 2. And it's like, do I need to hedge my portfolio for this?
No, fuck that. Not playing scared today. Just jam Giannis.
What if Cade gets 8 stocks again?
It's true. It has potential.
Yeah, no, it's just that's not one that I'm going to overthink. I'm not treating this. Yeah. So I have a shit ton of Giannis. He's my 4th draft. He's my 4th highest drafted player. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Wow. I mean, that's good living. I mean, like, obviously it's Giannis P tag, which is treated different than other people's P tags there. Obviously there's smoke with this Sham stuff, but like, if I build out the hashtag models right now, I'm building out Joker for 60 fantasy points on our slate. I'm building out Giannis for 55, and then I'm building out Cade, Jalen Johnson, and whoever else behind that for like 44. You know, like that. What you are sacrificing in not taking Giannis if he does play basketball this evening Like, this is a big prove it spot for the Bucks. Like, let's go other spin zone on the narrative. Giannis doesn't get dealt. They're going, Giannis, no, we're not fucking trading you. We can't trade you. Like, we're going to make this work. We're going to go get Chris Paul off the street for second unit handling. We're going to make some deals at the deadline. We're going to try and make you happy. They are one game out of the play-in right now, and they're playing the number one team in the Eastern Conference tonight. The spin zone is, Giannis, let's go fucking prove it tonight that this ball club has what it takes to beat the number one team in the East right now, and then make you stay by showing you that we can have success this evening and we're going to add on in the future. And that's how you quiet the rumors and the narratives. How about that spin zone?
Well, I don't buy it, but I love what you just spun up there. No, I mean,
so it's so evil and sinister in the chat. He's a Nick already.
I just don't think there's any incentive for Giannis to like play bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's still a professional. He's still a competitor. He still wants to win. I don't think he has any ill will toward the Bucks. Like, I don't think he wants to be a bad teammate. So I think he's going to play. I think he's going to try his hardest and do well here. And, why wouldn't you want to play well? Like,
right.
The only thing that I could foresee is the Bucks cap him because they want to protect a serious trade chip.
Yeah.
But
28, 18, and 31 in his last 3 games there.
Did somebody... Rabana needs to take a cold shower, but I love the energy. I love the energy.
Rabana's coming in here. I want to be a Knicks fan. Oh, good shit.
Yeah, so like I can understand why people are getting to the Cade at 2, Giannis at 3, but like, God, dude, I just think it's dumb, and I don't want to take part in it. So I guess I'm just going to have a shit ton of Giannis, and I'm not going to be mad when he only plays 26 minutes.
Yeah, that's the reality of it, dude. Yeah.
Or maybe I will be mad.
I think you will be mad. But that's the reality of it. That's the mindset you got to come to terms with here. Like JCap bringing up, like, is Cat going to play 10 times harder tonight to prove that he doesn't need to be traded? Like, these are hilarious anecdotal back and forths here.
I'm done with it.
I'm done with it. We saw the emergence of Kevin Porter Jr. in a big way last time out, but then we saw him get banged up at the tail end of the game. He played a team high. Actually, he played ever so slightly less than Giannis last time out, but that was in that Wizards game that they lost. Yeah, man, Bilal Coulibaly actually did like work on Giannis in that game, by the way. Like, that was a really good defensive showing. But yeah, Kevin Porter Jr., injured at the tail end of last game there. Don't know if he'll be able to go tonight with the Q tag. Seen some Ryan Rollins love in the chat there. He had 2 quick ones last time out in that Washington game, and it made him have like a 10-minute straight stint at the first quarter. And that's really where like Kevin Porter Jr. started to eat a little bit. And then in the second stint, when all the starters were out there again, it was kind of like, oh, it's Kevin Porter Jr. night. And it was established early that it was Kevin Porter Jr. night because Ryan Rollins had 2 quick ones. So just interested to see what happens there.
Okay. Good context. I was not aware of that.
Yeah. That's kind of what led to the quote unquote breakout.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm still drafting Giannis, and I think the only other way to play it is like take a lower on Giannis PRA. If you're scared, and of course I'm scared.
Well, go to church, buddy. The Bucks injury report too also has a bunch of Q tags on it with Gary Harris still has the Q tag, Kevin Porter Jr., Bobby Portis has a Q tag, so it's not necessarily a clean 1-for-1 swap there. I think we'd probably get some Miles Turner in our lives late if you wanted to play that angle, but the Duren matchup is not great. Yeah, anyone else that you would want to shout out on the Bucks? Ryan Rollins should probably be getting drafted a little bit more than he is right now.
Yeah, his PRA isn't that great, but maybe on a shorter slate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like if Kevin Porter Jr. doesn't go, because like Kevin Porter Jr. actually got hurt at the tail end of that ball game and like couldn't come back in. Yeah. Like there's like a non-zero chance that after his second game back or whatever it was, that like, oh yeah, he's got like a lower back thing going on here. Who knows? It might have just been like back spasms because he hasn't been playing basketball for a while. And now all of a sudden, like, 24 minutes and 31 minutes where he was carrying the mail in a big way. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, my body was just like not ready for that yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Turner and Rollins could matter this evening if all of these things break super weirdly, is kind of what I'm getting at.
Okay. Yeah, I can buy that.
Yeah. We did just get some news in the chat about the Heat game. Shout out to Compton Cards telling us that Norm Powell is now out. So we'll talk about that one when we get to the Heat game. Other side of this, dude, other than Duren or Cade, anything here, or is just Detroit's just way too deep now?
They are, dude. They're insane. They're very deep, deep slate as well. So it's just Cunningham and Duren, and yeah, Duren's production for fantasy has taken a pretty big dip since they've gotten way healthier. But I still like Duren.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those relative to price point plays, and he just seems like a really good pick when he has ADPs that are super suppressed like this.
Yeah, I think that's what I needed to hear.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds
Makes
good.
me feel better about it.
Don't think we can play anybody else here. The minutes are just way too staggered. They're too deep here. I just want to put it on people's radars that Dennis Jenkins started the other night in the absence of Duncan Robinson, but they were also missing some other bodies. Not anticipating that happening again this evening, but played 26 minutes. 26 minutes of Jenkins alongside Cade is not the same thing as when Cade is out. So if Duncan Robinson's Q tag breaks the wrong way, like don't run to the podium to jam him like we were doing earlier in the season there. But Duncan Robinson is the only notable Q tag on the other side. Just a bunch of G Leaguers and stuff listed out. Yeah. Tobias lacks ceiling. Asar's minutes are not safe. He can get there with the stocks, but like it's always soft cap 25 for him. Let's move on here, dude. Rockets and Kings here. Rockets 15.5 at home here. This is a 229.5. Nobody on the Kings side really going except for like an occasional Russ share in the last round. People are really scared, and rightfully so, of this Rockets defense and the length that they possess on the other end. As for the Rockets side here, Nez, injury report, Steven Adams is questionable. He missed last time out. Tari Eason and DFS are listed out here as well. People are going to want to chase the Sengun box score. I put him on the cover just because I thought he was an interesting talking point, because his ADP is probably way, way higher than how he's going to project today, because people finally saw ceiling and they're excited to click it now. Are you going to be overweight or underweight Sengoat this evening?
Underweight.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. It looks like a nice spot on paper. You get some Drew Eubanks, you get some Precious Achua, but like, man, we might get 25 minutes of him tonight.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot, sans KD, but I don't know, man. Maybe he's a front runner at the same time. Regardless, I'm gonna be light because there's like 4 guys that I like more than Sengun tonight. So yeah.
Feel similarly, dude. Feel similarly. But if you want to have him in your life, you gotta spend up for him. So if you don't want to get caught with your pants down where this game plays tighter than the spread indicates, because we basically just had this scenario, right? We just had Utah and they were, whatever they were like 11.5 or 13-point favorites in that game. And then Utah shocks the world, plays it close, and beats them in the second night of their back-to-back in Utah there. and you finally get Sengun's ceiling night. If you believe this ball game can play closer than this, you should probably correlate it with Russ in the last round or DeMar in the last round, or you should probably correlate it with something that, another teammate, because you're effectively saying that, he plays full tonight and breaks the slate at his ADP.
Right. That's what you need. That's what you're going to need. But like, I guess it could happen, but yeah, that's not the way that I'm playing it, which, tends to mean that he's going to go off. So, but what we need, John, is him to not be paired with fucking Jokic again, and then we'll be okay.
Yeah, then we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, let's just not get him to fall. Let's get him to fall a little bit, but not a lot bit. How about that, guys? Let's make a pact this evening.
Yeah, if you're pick 2 and you're up in the second round and Sengun is there, please take him.
Please take him. I like it. Some notes in the chat here that like the push-pull dynamic of Steven Adams being there. Like Steven Adams, decent rates player. Obviously had that monster game in the first Utah game that coincided with his lesser Utah game. And then you take Steven Adams out and you get a closer, tight ball game to go back and forth. And that's when you see Sengun ceiling. Is there any push-pull that if Steven Adams sits this evening, you would like Sengun more?
Not really. Not really. I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like maybe you boost his projection by like 2 points or something like that.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, KD, he's back to that ADP range where I don't draft him because there's guys that I like more behind him. Sure. But fine pick. And then, yeah, Amen's an interesting one. I think this might be an Amen game. I know we've been like chasing this fucking dragon all season. Mm-hmm. I think this is an Amen game. A couple things going in his favor. One, he's playing the Kings. 2, he's playing the Kings. So he has, what does that entail? Turnover opportunities, takeaway opportunities. I think you could actually finally get a good stock game from Amen here because, we're dealing with some awful basketball from Sacramento. On top of that, just like terrible rim protection for Sacramento as well, which is like where Amen lives. So I think this is like a pretty strong spot for Amen, and nothing projection wise or prop wise will get you there, but you just got to trust. You just got to trust me on this one. I think it's an Amen night.
Okay, cool, man. I respect that take a lot there. Yeah, Amen getting to the rack and Amen, getting a little boost in the stock department there because he's playing against a little lackluster, loosey-goosey handling on the other end there. Any love for Reed Shepherd or Jabari Smith Jr. or too far in our game?
Let me check up on old Reed here. Yeah. Let me check. No.
You ready for my take on this is my Reed Shepherd take this evening. And now
I'll fire one back at you. You give me yours, I'll give you mine.
Okay. The Reed Shepherd take is that he is the poor man's Naz Reid thesis. Okay. Obviously,
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, completely different stylistic basketball players.
Right.
But when a good basketball team who has 3 competent options ahead of them play a game that is a little bit blowout-y, that Reed runs a little bit longer than the rest of that group, and that's Reed's music to feast with the second unit after the starters have sat down in the fourth, and he gets that little extended extra 4, 6, 8 minutes, whatever it winds up being, and he just goes Naz Reid on the slate.
Yeah, dude. Reed, I think is just like until the markets adjust. I think you just take the higher on Reed like every game.
Sure, but don't.
I like him in the pick'ems way more than in the draft games.
Okay, yeah, I like that take. Okay, let's talk about the Kings side, dude. Keegan Murray, we've jokingly had this discussion about like, hey man, they have nothing to build around right now. Let's go ahead and just make him and let him do whatever the hell he wants out here. Yeah, it's reflected in his ADP right now that all of a sudden he's the highest drafted King. Some box scores to back it up though. Minutes are really, really strong. Yeah, good 3-and-D stuff from Keegan here. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Keegan? And then we can have the conversation about the rest of the guys.
I mean, John, you may recall when Keegan first came back, I was telling you that this is a different Keegan Murray role. It's way different. Keegan Murray being asked to do more. He's their highest paid player. He's very good at basketball. He is their future, which, he's more of a guy that you sign when you kind of have, concepts of a plan. They don't even have concepts of a plan. They have no fucking plan, no nothing. They're just like, Keegan Murray's good. We got to sign him, which like in a vacuum was a great signing, but like in practice, it makes no sense because the Kings are dog shit. But all that to be said, I don't love Keegan Murray tonight. Not tonight, but on any other night, yes, I am team Keegan. So like Nick was saying in the chat, probably destroys me because of that. But no, I love Keegan Murray. Not tonight though. I'm off every single Sacramento King.
Okay. Yeah, the Keegan stuff's interesting in terms of usage rate because it's still been that very flat, like 24, 23, 20, 22 amongst like the Westbrook, Levine, DeRozan, Monk guys ahead of him. And he's like in the last 4 games here, Nez, when he's really popped off in the box scores, he's like 5th in usage on his own team. He's still only an 18.3 usage rate guy.
Yeah, he's just good at the game. Like he's not a volume guy. Like how can you? But can we just apply some context to this?
Sure.
Keegan Murray could hold a gun to Russ and Levine, and he could and DeMar and Monk, and he would not get anywhere above that usage rate. Like think about who he's playing with.
Right.
Schroeder as well.
Yeah.
You think those guys are going to give up shots? Fuck no, man. They're just out there to hoop.
They're all trying to play their way out of town to a contender right now, too.
Yeah. Like, he can hold him at gunplay, and they're still going to shoot the ball.
Yeah, this is some skip to my Lou shit. This is some Lou Williams shit. This is some, peak Jamal on the Clippers shit, like coming off the bench and like, yo, boys, I got 36% usage. You're not getting yours. I'm playing my way out of here. This is Bones Highland in garbage time, Nez. This is peak Russ.
Lou Williams, man, the best drunk basketball player of all time.
That's a good take. I mean, what other dude?
Next to MJ.
Yeah, showing up 9 beers deep from the golf course. Yeah, man, it's kind of just funny conversation. Fuck it, whatever. No, I just think about Lou Williams and I go, what guy has chicken wings named after him at strip clubs, and which guy has 2 baddies sitting courtside every game, getting along with one another? Just that's all you need to put Lou Williams in the Bro Hall of Fame. Anybody on Sacramento that you will be drafting, Nez?
No.
Okay. What if you get Dennis Schroeder out?
What if?
I mean, yeah, he's had like a decent usage rate, but like I can't imagine he comes back and plays like full after missing the last 3.
Yeah, like does that gives what, Russ some extra projection? Like,
I guess.
Does that really help, right?
Right. It's such a tough matchup. Like, I mean, I'll play some Russ once in a while because like Russ just likes to go out and get his, but like, man, it's such a tough defensive matchup for like these long guys on the other side and your 15-point dogs. If there's a ton of bodies there, like if you're splitting the usage and it's not good usage because you're going up against a Rockets long wing defense, like, no, thank you.
That's what I mean. It's just all around a terrible spot.
Yeah. Okay. Last game on the slate here, Nez. Some things have changed, so let me grab a new injury report here. We got that 3:30 p.m. injury report. It has... Yes. Okay, good. We got the Heat on there. Very interesting game to talk through here. We got the Mavs and we got the Heat here. This is the highest total on the slate, 240. Late night hammer on NBA TV. 4 by way of the Heat in this one. Injury report, first of all, on the Heat side. Heroes available. Jaime Jaquez is available here. The fake Joker, Nikola Jovic, is available. We have a Q tag on Pelle Larsson, which could shake up that starting unit because we know Spoelstra likes to start him on occasion when we're missing Norm Powell. And we are, in fact, missing Norm Powell in this one. Wiggins listed available to play here. So, some interesting push-pull stuff on the Heat side. Obviously, with Hero being back, it's kind of become like we can only draft two of these guys dynamic, and it's Bam and Hero. But maybe there's some potential for a double big lineup, and Ware jumps into the starting lineup. Maybe if Pelle Larsson's not in there and Norm are not in there, that we can give a little bit more usage to Wiggins, or we can see some expanded Jaime Jaquez minutes off the bench there. And it's the highest total on the slate with a close spread. So maybe there's something to get interested about. Speaking to the Heat side, speaking to the Mavs side there, we have Daniel Gafford with the Q tag here. We have Lively already out, and we have PJ Washington with the Q tag. That same ankle that he sprained pregame and then did not play through. AD has returned back to, the top of the pile here in terms of he played 32 minutes, had a monster 62 fantasy points, and now he's picked 4 off the board every single time. Cooper Flag goes in every draft. Is there anything to get excited about on that side? So you pick which side you want to talk about first, and we'll go through it here.
Let's talk about the Heat. Pretty interesting that, Dallas. I think Dallas actually plays faster than I realized.
Okay.
At least based on a pace metric that I saw. It could have been absolute fucking bullshit. But a metric that I saw said that Dallas plays fast. I didn't think that they did. Because the totals have been good.
For the entirety of the season, 22 games played. They are the 5th fastest team in basketball. Obviously, those splits on, off, AD, on, off, Gafford, on, off, Lively. We could go deep down the rabbit hole, but as a cumulative total, they are the 5th fastest team in basketball this year.
At any rate, I was pretty surprised to see that this was the highest total on today's slate.
Yeah.
And when I first, made my first set of ranks and I was, you got to start drafting early, Hero looked bad at ADP. His PRA was sub 30. Bam was a sub 30 PRA, and these guys were top 25 picks. So I was like, no, thank you. Norm out really changed things. First off, I should have just hit the higher on Hero because that was just too low for what it should have been. But instead, I just kind of took that as a fade in draft games. He's now up to 32.5. Wow. Continuing to climb. Bam's at 31.5 now. These are PRA numbers, which they're not everything, but they're signals in my opinion. So I was way off the Heat, and now I want to have some Heat bags just because this total's so goddamn high that and evergreen conversation about how Hero and Bam alike kind of can rack up fantasy points quickly based on how they play. I want to make sure that I'm better covered on the Heat side of things here with Hero and Bam. So I started off with a fade, and I don't want to fade anymore. But it's just those two. I pray to God it's not an Andrew Wiggins ceiling night. But that's where I'm at for the Heat is Hero and Bam. I am working on repairing my current position on those two, which is a very, very, very strong fade.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Yeah, I respect it, dude. Do you have a favorite between Hero and Bam?
Hero.
Yeah, relative to ADP for sure. I don't think Bam will project all the way up here, but he's coming off a monster ceiling game. It's kind of like the evergreen reminder of never Bam, when Bam's priced at Bam ceiling. You know what I mean?
But that's low key when Bam goes off. when he's overpriced.
Right. Because everybody wants to get to Bam, and Bam succeeds in spots everybody wants to get to.
Yeah.
Okay. If you get Gafford in this evening, do you think Miami starts double big and we go back to the Ware starting lineup?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen it in 3 starts. Maybe I'll go back to this Dallas game. The last time they played Dallas was let me do a little review for the people here and see if I can dig something up in the time machine.
Okay.
Going back to. Oh, that was quicker than I thought. Okay, so the last time these two teams met, they played to a 106-102 game in Miami. There was no Norm Powell and no Andrew Wiggins in that game. Miami only ran 9. They started double big, and Ware had a quote-unquote ceiling game with, 47 fantasy points or something like that. Obviously, there was no AD on the other side, which drastically changes things too. Wrong box score. Yeah. No AD on the other side. PJ Washington, Gafford. So they ran the double big lineup, and maybe it was just because they were so thin without a wing in Wiggins or Powell that they ran the double big lineup. It must have just been a bodies thing. It wasn't like a matchup thing.
Yeah, at any rate, I'm not getting to Ware tonight.
Sure. Yeah, that's a reasonable, fair take. Any love for Jaime? If he gets this is kind of his music when you get expanded minutes because one of the wing and or ball handlers in front are not there. His minutes have been way down since Hero came back.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I would love to get excited about it, but I'm not. Yeah, I think it's just Bam and Hero. Let's have the Mavs conversation here. Man, we've seen some shakeups here. Obviously, we saw the PJ Washington not play the last 2 games there. One was the pregame rule out. We've seen Cooper Flagg just putting together consistent box scores here, 40s, 45s, 44s without PJ Washington around there. Gafford was also not around for those 2 ball games there. AD comes back in for one of those 2 ball games, plays 32 minutes in the Denver game there to keep it competitive. Ryan Nembhard, shout out good Canadian kid there, has kind of taken over the Brandon Williams and D'Lo role and has been starting now. Played 34 minutes last time out there, 28, 3, and 10. Beautiful stat line in that one. Just moving pieces of the Mavs here. Who do you like? Who do you dislike? Do you want AD at ADP? What do you think?
Let's see here. Where am I at on Dallas? Obviously, AD at ADP. I'm not taking him ahead of Cade when Cade happens to make it to pick 3 to me. Yeah. Let's see here. So I'm who is AD around ADP? Why am I blanking? He's ADP 4, right? I see 4.7, but yeah. It's just weird that he's not 4.0. What do you mean 4.7? I don't know, man. Are you taking Jalen Johnson over AD?
No, I'm not, but I could see why people would.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel pretty good about Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, they did have all the talks, all the rumors, everything was we're not going to let him be cleared until he's full. We're not going to let him play until the calf is 100%. And then he comes back and plays 32. That's got to be somewhat bullish that he's ready to go full. I mean, the total's nice and the pace of the game's really nice, but obviously the Ware/Bam treatment is not.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Here's where I'm at on the Dallas side of things, man, is they have JJ over him. Sure. That's fine. I like Flagg. All right. I think I've already said my apologies to Cooper Flagg on previous shows. I'm pretty sure because I was really hard on Cooper Flagg. He's playing a lot better, man. And in a pace-up spot against Miami, I want to get to Cooper Flagg again. So, I think he's another one in the pick'em lobby that I'm going to hit the higher on and I'm going to draft. Okay. But yeah, man, I think Flagg makes a lot of sense. Other than that, I'm not doing the PJ Washington play. I'm not doing the Ryan Nembhard play. obviously, but shout out Ryan Nembhard regardless. So yeah, it's AD and Flag, and yeah, I think I like Flag more than the field.
Okay, sounds good, dude. I think it's a pretty good synopsis. I'll like Flag more if we get the rule outs of PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, just in terms of like rebounding rate stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think Flag's totally a fine, good click.
Yeah, I'm doing. I think I'm doing Reed Shepherd 20 points in my pick'em, 19 and a half higher, and then maybe like a Cooper Flag. I don't know.
You slide the Reed Shepherd to 18 and a half or 19 and a half?
19 and a half PRA or points.
Points. Yep. And then the Flag one we can do.
Jeez. Maybe just like, do you just do straight 27 or do you dare go to 32 and a half?
No, I think if you slid Reed and that's like kind of like the crux of the slide play, you just like Cooper Flag more than the field and you just go do that.
Okay.
Nice 7Xer. There's a 50% profit boost there. Max 50. 50 gets you a little 10Xer. Oh, apparently we got to use 3 plays.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, we'll just run that as a 2-man then. Save the profit booster for something else.
Down the hatch.
I don't have a big idea for a third one there yet. All right, that's in the chat if anybody wants to play alongside what we just cooked up there. All right, dude. That was 9, dude. Shout out to Unabated for the beautiful interface. Yeah, projections will be out in half an hour's time on the Unabated stuff. Get a nice contrarian angle to the slate here. Get a nice little different look than what everybody else is seeing right now. Nez, I think it's time to fire up the drafts.
Yeah, let's get in here. I got time for two of these drafts, or a draft and a pick 'em, whatever it is. I got it. Got a busy week, as you well know. Dude, I have a wedding tomorrow.
Oh my goodness!
Thursday wedding at like 4:00.
All right, sure.
What are we doing? What are we doing? It's Bria's friend. But I'm like, damn, a Thursday wedding at 4, and it's like an hour and 20 minutes away.
Oh, fun stuff. Fun stuff. Are you guys doing wedding and the reception and like doing the whole evening, or are you guys going to be like, hey, we're not that close with these people, like we got mellow, sorry, we're out?
I think it's going to be ceremony, reception, and like get out. I think I'm hoping we can put in a good like 2.5-3 hours in this thing and get back by 9:00.
Love it.
Ugh.
That's hilarious.
That's fine.
This is good, bro. Mike. An hour 20 away in Texas is just going to your neighbors.
He's not kidding, man. He's not kidding. It's just a hop on the big highway.
Yeah.
Go do 90 and you're there in an hour and 20.
We rolled the 101 because why wouldn't we? Obviously, reminder, guys, we are using the Solver Draft Assist here. You guys want to check that stuff out as well. Let me close that up for a second. There we go. Yeah, having a kid, that's the game-changing excuse. Game-changing excuse. This is pretty good. 9 games, 0 T-Tars, 0 getting sidetracked. Well done, John. Like 19 stories scattered without
still made it in 2 hours. It's all baked in. It's all baked in.
We're the entertainment bros. We're out here to chill and have fun and talk about the games.
If you guys are listening to us for the angles, you're at the wrong place.
We got a couple angles here and there, but yeah. But we got 300 of us hanging out. Hit the like, subscribe, notification, all that fun stuff. We're going to be live from Kansas City over the weekend here. We're going to do, I think it's officially official here. Pete put them up on his channel. I think we are going to do our breakdown for the Friday show at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that would be 6 Eastern, 5 Central, I guess. Something like that when we're in Kansas City. And then that'll be kind of like a loose start time pending us getting our shit together and everybody making their flights. and that sort of thing. And then on Saturday will be the draft, and we'll kind of just share some socials and what's going on there. Very cool location for the draft. Will not spoil. Yeah, really looking forward to that. And then on Sunday, we're going to have a live sweat stream, which will be very casual. We got a live leaderboard to go alongside the Dog Bowl. So we'll be sweating the games. We'll be watching Red Zone. We'll be hanging out at the live venue. We'll be walking around with the microphones. We'll be, having people come in and out of the stream as they are, sweating their own experiences. Really looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is. It is, man. Very stoked. Very stoked.
Denny Avdia falls to 11 there with the Q tag, gets selected. Kawhi gets pushed up. We get a James Harden and Cat team if we want it here. Is there anything else that you would play over that?
No, man. I can't believe James Harden falls to the Joker teams.
Yeah, you think he's just like way better a play than that?
Oh my God, yeah. Jesus. Yeah, man. I don't know what you do with this Joker thing. This is just like such a Joker slate. No Luka to like balance things out. Shea hasn't balanced things out forever. You've got Giannis in the middle of drama.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is you really need Jalen Johnson to kind of save the day here.
Sure.
I think he's like the best hope. Opposite side of the board, pairing with team players that you cannot pair with Joker or can't, not likely to. That's like your best chance.
Yeah. To go full circle on the conversation of like the frequency in which Joker's in the winning lineup on this slate. Yeah. We both said 80-ish, like that kind of thing, because you really need the combination of like three guys to get 60 on the right-hand side of the board that mitigates like 70, 50, and 40 or whatever.
Right. Right. And I think the way Joker doesn't end up in the winning lineup is if, I guess, James Harden, because he's being paired a lot with Joker, like way more than I thought. Like James Harden fails, kind of like last night, where like so many guys that paired with the 101 failed, But like if
Maxey,
you got the swap,
Maxey high score on the slate, and he doesn't wind up mattering because everyone that you paired with him, kind of flopped compared to the other side of the board.
Yeah, you needed Edie, and it was really hard to get to the guys that you needed.
It was also a tighter band of projection too, though. It's not as big an outlier score like that 60. Nez, let's start drafting some dudes here. I'm willing to play the Melo game. I'm willing to play the Zoos game. I'm willing to take the two highest guys on the board and then scroll. What do you like?
Jeez. What do you think about Zoo? Yes or no?
Honestly, I don't love it with Harden.
Okay.
I think it's fine, and I think he deserves to project the best there, but let's think about it. Let's take Melo for the ceiling shot just because I like to have fun. But what do you prefer here, Zoo or like pulling up Jamal with the Q tag?
I think you can probably push Jamal. Maybe Hero.
Okay. Let's do it then. Let's push it then. You like Zoo more than Hero, or you like Hero more than Zoo?
Let's do Hero. Let's stick with your take.
All right, do it. Yeah, I think if you follow the projections there, you would just kind of jam Zoo and Onyeka, but like we're talking fractions of fantasy points here, so why not flip it up a little bit? Grab two guys who usually go in this like 26 to 29. Sometimes Melo falls further than that. Put them together at this side here. Because as nice as Joker, Harden, and Towns will project, it's pretty chalky in my estimation. Like TK just saying, 50 drafts in, 9 Joker teams, 6 of them with Harden on it. Like this is it's a nice projecting pairing, but it's also a pairing that's replicated, right?
I can't put my mind in the. I just have trouble figuring out how people get there. Like James Harden had 13 fantasy points last night. Can't draft him.
Right.
last slate. Can't draft him.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just it does look pretty chalky though. But like these
Davion
guys are
Mitchell
also
in his
just like
pocket,
insanely.
dude. Yeah. Yeah. As soon as you said can't wrap my head around it, all I was like, let's go inside the mind of a Greg Jennings.
Why did that?
I don't know. That's just
Is that a
me
quote
going
in there?
inside. Yeah, you said something about like in your mind or in your head, and I'm like, let's go through.
Mind of a Greg Jenny. Do this shit. Fuck you, Gumby.
Mike's asking, do you think a Giannis, Towns, and Harden team could rival from the 2-hole? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like you just play the 1v1 of Giannis versus Joker. Absolutely.
Maybe, you know what? It just hit me. It just hit me. Why would you not want 25% Giannis on a Jokic slate?
100%. 100%, dude.
How else are you going to combat those teams?
Right. I agree with you, man.
It just hit me.
The clarity.
What clarity?
6th round gets a little dire here. Like Dyson Daniels is a huge projection outlier. We could do a Suggs thing here. The solver likes Suggs. Mikal Bridges with Towns doesn't feel great. Wiggins
just go to Garland, man.
Feel great. Garland? Yeah, Garland in the Portland spot.
Suggs is going to be so chalk for these Jokic teams.
Sure. I'm good with it, man. You get 32 minutes of Garland. He dominates from the second unit there. Yeah, I'm good with it.
Good.
Let's do it. Let's rip one more here. See what it looks like.
I was thinking tonight. Should I shoot some goal line stands? Because I'm not going to be able to do any nose strips this weekend, and I really want the goal line stand to fill, and it's hard to get lobbies to fill.
Sure, man. Yeah, that sounds great. We lied to the people that it was last live show before Kansas City, but we're just
the last live public show.
Yeah, we're over delivering on our promises around here. Yeah, do it. Fire up a little stream there.
Right.
Yeah, fire up some goal line stands. Get the people excited for Dog Bowl week. Get some takes out there. It'll be something that I can download on the plane and then listen to tomorrow there and get acquainted with the slate because I'm not in my bag yet. But yeah.
People listen to the no strips after the fact?
Sometimes I listen to it. Like you'll do it on Friday night and then I'll draft on Saturday morning.
Just listen to me ramble.
And I'll listen to No Strip and I'll listen to the Establish the Show or the Establish the Million from the night before or that morning. Draft for like 3 hours or something.
That's so nice of you.
I mean, it doesn't benefit me in any regard because I never win because of you, but
you got to listen to me more.
Yeah, it keeps me company. Keeps me the soothing octaves of Nezzy takes. There you go. Get your Mr. Good Boys in the chat. Mr. Good Boy being a Mr. Good Boy. Surprise to absolute nobody. All right, dude. Is this AD for you?
I mean, it has been, but now I'm worried that I'm going to be like way light on Jalen Johnson, that's never been my MO. I was the original Jalen Johnson guy.
Sure.
And now I'm missing out on Jalen Johnson night because I got to draft Anthony Davis.
Let's think about. I mean, neither of them really have like particularly standout matchups. Like it's pace down spot. Like the AD, like it's pace up, good game total. It was nice to see the minutes come back, but it's Bam and Ware on the other side. Like that's not that fun. And then you think about the Clippers stuff. Like I don't know, maybe JJ gets John Collins and can just cook his ass. Revenge game for John Collins. Do you like Denny with the Q tag, or do you want to pull up Harden here and kind of flip the build a little bit?
I kind of like Harden.
Let's do it, man. Yeah. Fucking just go with the cojones between your legs and see what happens out here, guys.
Just see what's there.
Yeah. See if you get a little post-Giannis clarity.
Dude, I can't stop. it's another 6-round Jamal share in this. Like, I don't know what to do. Do you just stockpile it? I mean, the fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do, Nez. It's just there's weird iterations in terms of like bankroll management when it comes to isolated slate dynamics. And like people just have to get comfortable with those spots, right? Where it's like tonight, if you're not comfortable just being like, yo, I'm gonna jam Giannis like picks 1 through 4, like just don't. Or sit the slate out, or play hockey this evening, or start drafting goal line stands, like something like that. But if you want to like play to optimize like what we think is best from a projection standpoint, from a slate dynamic standpoint, and you want to block out the noise and just go, man, this is Giannis against Detroit, where I don't know, like, can Asar stay in front of him for 22 minutes? I don't know, man. Who gives a fuck? Let's just play Giannis in like a must-win, keep their season alive to prove that they matter spot. Like, is Giannis quitting on the team tonight? Is he not going to play full? I don't know. But the other end of the spectrum is, what if Bobby Portis is ruled out? What if Kevin Porter Jr. is ruled out? Now it's like we got 8 healthy bodies and Giannis plays 36 to will us into victory, right?
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Fox goes there. Siakam goes there. I know you really liked Amen. Bam is here if we want it. We could flip it again with Amen. We could take Jalen Brunson in the pick and roll handling spot that we like. I think Brunson would probably be my favorite.
I've been doing Brunson here.
Yeah, I think it's probably a bridge too far to like wish cast Amen over Brunson. Like the floor ceiling combo for Brunson is like such a higher floor with similar ceiling.
Yeah, Brunson looks really good tonight, man. I think you just got to play it. Like,
yeah.
But
you want to talk about ways to rival the Joker teams? Like, how about a Giannis, Cat, Denny Avdia team? Like, Denny's going to project as the 6th or 7th best player on the slate if we get him in and get Klingon ruled out and whatever. Like,
yeah, I can't believe that MC Pride passed over Denny there. I think you just got to do Bam.
Yeah, you like Bam? Like Bam alongside AD, a little game correlation there?
Yeah, this is such a big fall. You just got to take it.
Yeah, can't win without Bam's 32 fantasy points. Can't win without it.
You got to draft the team that people look at when the night's over and be like, how the fuck did Jon get this team? How did this team even survive? Like, well, buddy, ETR said you can't draft Bam.
Are they down on his projection tonight?
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah.
He's 14.5 against the Mavs is so incredibly rich.
Yeah, I agree. It's chasing the box scores of last time out for sure.
It's just classic. Just absolutely fucking classic. But we're only drafting 6 players, man, and sometimes the bad picks are good.
Sure. Yeah.
Does it mean you got to make the bad picks? I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's a case by case basis, and you can sell yourself a story any which way. Dude, let's talk about some potential last round guys for scrolls on this slate, because you guys saw how dire it looked at the back end there when we got to the Joker 36 pick. Like what a stark fall off. Anyone that you're kind of like looking at there that you're like, oh yeah, this is nice?
I said Garland.
Yeah.
I said Nah.
Yep, I like that.
Claxton, but that's not like a scroll.
Yeah.
Sort of a scroll. I think Suggs is a good scroll. Benny Math, yeah, Benny Math is in that conversation.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna hate it, but like Ryan Rollins is also in that conversation.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I actually thought it was a good Ryan Rollins slate, especially with all this, the KPJ stuff, the 2 quick ones context from last time.
Yeah.
What do you think here? Onyeka or nah, dude? Let's take Duren.
Duren over Hart. Yeah, we already have Brunson.
We got Brunson. And Onyeka is going to be paired with Harden so much on the left side of the board that playing like Harden, Onyeka, AD is just a 1v1 versus Joker teams.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So we played Duren from the right-hand side of the board, and now we're going to find a scroll right now. Unless these idiots gift wrapped me an absolute smash in the 6th round. Bridges feels fine. Claxton feels fine. Suggs feels fine. Garland feels fine. Sharp feels fine. Benny Math feels fine. What do you like?
I think Miles or take Ryan Rollins.
What if we take a little game correlation? Ryan Rollins, Jalen Duren. The P tag breaks the wrong way. The trade rumors are real. Giannis does not play basketball this evening. And you have the other end of the spectrum, Ryan Rollins alongside the likes of Kyle Kuzma, AJ Green, and Miles Turner to lose by 40 to
what would be the ultimate
basketball?
It would be the ultimate. And I would pray for our fellow Rabona here. Midday downgrade for Towns. Imagine the frenzy.
Oh, wow. Towns Q tag. Giannis probable tag. Oh, man. The big markets would be clamoring, licking their lips. Oh, man. Giannis traded to the Rams. Love to see it. Giannis, Denny, Mobley team. That'll fuck. That'll play. That'll play. Con Knipple in the last round. I like it. I'm good with that one, too. All right, guys. Tie a bow on it there. Nez is going to be back later tonight for some goal line stands. Members only programming there. Get us excited for Dog Bowl. Looking forward to seeing so many of you guys at Dog Bowl weekend there. Much love to those who did not make it and tried so hard to do so. Would have loved to have seen you guys there, hung out with you. Life-changing money on the line in Kansas City. Really looking forward to the sweat experience. Really looking forward to the show dynamics. Really looking forward to hanging out with such a great community here. I'll be accessible all weekend. You guys just say what up, pull me aside. We'll be doing our thing, but we're there to hang out. We're there to hang out, have a couple cold ones, and draft some teams with the community. So really excited for what this weekend means to both us, Underdog, and to the community. So gonna be a fun time, man.
Yeah, well said. See you guys there who will be there. And for those who won't be there, we're going to be posting a bunch of content while you guys are there to help you feel included, involved, in the loop, all those things. Looking forward to it, and see you guys tonight. Probably like 10:30 Eastern, I would guess.
10:30 Eastern.
Usually down by then.
Okay, sounds good. 10:30 Eastern for a little late night sweat along with Nez, coupled with you might still have like the tail end of the last game of the slate on, probably, right? You probably have the second half of the
that'll be electric.
Hammer. So
yeah, I can't watch it because it's in Dallas
nice little,
and I'm fucking blacked out. But yeah,
sounds good. Yeah, that'd be brutal, actually. Yeah,
stupid.
Yeah, that's we'll have to send you. We'll send you a login.
Gamecast, baby.
There you go. All right, guys, enjoy the No Strip Nez tonight. Best of luck in the hoop streets this evening. Mr. Kidboy knows exactly what time it is. As soon as that outro starts to hit and his nose gets like this close, man, he's ready to rock. All right, guys, next stop, Kansas City. We will see you for the programming, or I will see you for the programming on Friday. Nez will see you later this evening. Everybody's favorite time of the show. The end. Peace.